Now, I was in a bar on Friday night and I had a conversation that went a little bit like this.
Hello, my name's Steve and I sell cybersecurity products to businesses just like yours. So tell me, what cybersecurity products do you sell to your customers to help them keep secure?
Well, actually, we use the products that are included within Microsoft 365. We make sure that they're all configured properly and working correctly. We find that the security in Microsoft 365 is actually really good.
That's a good one, that's a good joke. No, seriously, what products do you sell?
Then it just got a little bit awkward.
Okay. What do you use to protect your customers' email?
Well, firstly, we make sure that the DNS is configured correctly. Things like SPF, DKIM, and DMARC. All these are available free of charge within Microsoft 365. And if you configure them correctly, it can really help with phishing and other email cybersecurity attacks. Then we use a product called Defender for Office 365. This really helps with malware and spam. Plus, it's got some additional features. So it checks the links that you click on an email and also checks the attachments. It's a great product. I see so many businesses buying Microsoft 365 Business Premium, but not using all the features that they're buying. Instead, they go out and buy third-party products, like Mimecast, for example. They just don't need it. Oh, as well, we show people how to use email encryption so they can be comfortable sending sensitive emails.
Right. What about device security? We all know that Microsoft does not do device security.
Actually, Microsoft do device security. The joke that Microsoft don't do device security is a really old one. They've got a product called Defender for Business, and it includes next-gen antivirus, endpoint detection and response. It's a product that keeps winning awards. For ongoing cybersecurity, they've got something built in called vulnerability management, so you can see all your devices in your business and see what vulnerabilities they have, so you can make them not vulnerabilities. And they've got things like update rings, so you can keep all your devices up to date with the latest security updates. All that is in Microsoft 365. That's not to mention BitLocker, which encrypts your computer hard drive. That's not to mention things like Laps, which controls the local admin on your devices. You can control that all from within Microsoft 365. It's an essential part of Cyber Essentials. I've seen so many businesses buy literally 10 to 15 third-party security products to do what Microsoft does already, and they're already paying for. So these businesses, they're making their IT more complex and wasting money. In fact, talking about jokes, have you heard the joke about the company who bought 10 third-party security products and they didn't have enough time to configure them correctly?
Okay. What products do Microsoft do that help with password management?
You've got me there. Microsoft don't have a product that can help manage passwords in your business. So for our customers, we go out and we buy a third-party product. The one that we like is called Keeper Security. It's really good. But having said all that, Microsoft have made giant strides recently with something called Passkeys. Now, Passkeys are something for the future. We won't need usernames or passwords. Instead, we'll just use Passkeys. Pretty exciting, eh? What about data protection? You must buy something to help with your customers' data protection. No, we don't actually buy anything in for data protection because built right into Microsoft 365 is something called sensitivity labels. Now, we're living in a time where people access data on any device, anywhere. So it's important that you classify your data. Now, what do I mean by classifying your data? Well, you're attaching like a virtual label to your Word documents, your Excel documents, or even your emails. That label dictates the security of that data. Again, not many people are using sensitivity labels, but there should be. Also within Microsoft 365 is something called DLP, Data Loss Prevention. This can help certain types of data from getting out of your business, things like credit card information, things like that. So when it comes to data protection, Microsoft do have you covered.
You're a tough nut to crack, you. What about cyber awareness training? What do you use for that?
Actually, you're right. Cyber awareness training is the only thing that Microsoft does actually offer that we don't buy for our clients. Why? Well, the cyber awareness training is actually part of a product called Defender for Office 365 Plan 2. So it's an additional license with an additional cost. Now that cost, when you compare it to other products, I think is too much. So we use something called Know Before. It's about the same price as Plan 2, but we find it's a better product.
Okay, what about something when people are in the office, like a VPN or something? Microsoft don't have any of those, do they?
Yes and no. I mean, Microsoft are currently moving towards a product called Microsoft Global Secure Access. At the minute, it's in preview. That's like a bun in the oven. But when it's ready, all of our clients will get it. It promises to be a fantastic tool for managing security for your network and when for people are working remotely.
Right, well, I'm going to get off because I'm clearly not selling you anything, am I?
Oh, no, wait. I've not even told you about the jewel in Microsoft security.
Go on then.
Conditional access. Such a powerful tool. Now you've got to think about conditional access like you're queuing to get into a nightclub. That nightclub might have conditions of access. Maybe you can't wear jeans. Maybe you need a ticket. Maybe you can't be too drunk. Now if you fail any of those conditions of access, you're not getting into that nightclub. The Microsoft Conditional Access policy works the same way. Maybe you might have a policy that dictates that everybody who accesses your Microsoft 365 data has to have MFA enabled. Or maybe that everybody accessing your Microsoft 365 data needs to do so on a company-owned device. And maybe you might have a conditional access policy that means that the device that they're accessing your data on needs to be compliant. So it needs to be a certain security level. If anyone fails that condition of access, they're not accessing your data. Conditional access policies are so good, and when you start to build these up, we're talking about some serious security. Hang on a sec. Wait, where you going? It's my round. I'm going to get you another beer.